Hi, my name is Luke Shaw, welcome to LogansStory. Today we're going to talk about Doctor Strange in this next Marvel Cinematic Worldview Commentary. Thank you for coming, let's get into it. So in speaking of something that seems so fanatical and fantastical and beautiful, it could be said that one movie can transcend all of it to matter, and all of it to a great length of a movie that's being presented to you and I. But the thing is it attractive to the eye or the ear? Can we relate to Doctor Strange and the talent that he has in his hands to perform many great feats that are abnormal at best? Is it possible to be fantastic, or more practical thinking of amazing? What transcends us in terms of his ability, the one we see on screen? What is the ability of having those gifts? And what does it count because of his arrogance? And in question of his ability and his arrogance, he loses something, but he also gains something. Dr. Stephen Strange is a guest to what would be in terms of what you would make a mistake over, and that more of a mistake being the second chance at life as a new opportunity to let yourself be great. In total, what does this mean entirely? What are the nooks and crannies that go into this very thing? Let's go into detail. In question of everything that you know is right, in question of everything that you know is wrong, what is the high superficial way we can understand what is right and wrong in terms of our abilities? And how can we make sure those abilities are held forth in terms of what makes us great in the first place? No matter how small or big you are, it matters to your abilities to understand what you can do with them. Not in an arrogant way, but in a way to help people. And that's what's beautiful about this whole thing, is that Stephen Strange learns how to help people with the very gift that he has. And here's the thing, he gets more advanced gifts as he goes along in the movie. But that being said, there's something great about this movie that seems to hold true in terms of what we are as people. We are people who are driven. We are people who want to gain ability in some chosen field. And even with that, we want to do it in the side grace of humility. And that being said, it doesn't mean you go without the ability and gain the arrogance. It's more so you bred to the arrogance to gain the ability. And consequently, there are two variables that this happens as. One, the ability to happen with the transgression of arrogance, and two, the ability to have this ability without leading the life you used to lead. What is the reflection you see in being the one that carries over your ability to the ultimate amount? And how can you get to that point, leaving the fact of who you were to be and juxtaposed of who you're meant to be? What are you letting people see? What are you shading out? What are you trying to be without trying to be? Is your arrogance too much? Can you lower down to be humble? Or are you disgraced by your arrogance in terms of everything that you do, in the very sense of the word of being, well, Doctor Strange? This movie is Hollywood's kiss to, well, the industry. It plays on the factors of what was old to what's new. Doctors, martial arts, different forms of art. There's different things that you can take away from this movie. But here's the thing. I'm deep down on what we already know about this movie. What is the overall goal Stephen Strange has? Is it with his girl? Is it with himself? Is it with him proving himself to himself and even to other people? What is it? Is it to get his arrogance out of the way? Here's what I think. Take this under consideration. I think his arrogance has become of him. And he learns a way out of it. He learns how to control what he is with the power that he possesses. And that's what's important. Controlling your power with your energy and everything that you possess. Whatever it may be. If you're a doctor, if you're a lawyer, if you're a movie maker, if you're even someone as simple as a teacher, you can use your powers to the limitless amount of what you can carry. And that's what this is about. What does it mean to have power? And what does it mean to use the power for the best of your ability? And for the sake of the world. And what is right to do that so. But what does it mean for you and I? What does it mean for you and I? Well, application of course. It's as simple as this. Leading a life towards an ability that you have that gains you traction over the years is great. Having something you can use as a factorable tool to make life better for other people is great. Having arrogance in terms of that is bad. Having power over it and using the power to make other people feel down, that's bad. And having the sense of, well, what Stephen Strange had at the beginning, with the level of amount of arrogance that he had at the beginning, he learns to become something else. And, well, he becomes something greater because of it. Truthfully and honestly so. he becomes an actual Doctor Strange. And the movie shifts from a man who was arrogant to a man who was humbling himself down to the sake of his power. So here's the thing. What are you doing to humble yourself down for the sake of, well, your friends, family, and coworkers, and even acquaintances? What are you doing to show less arrogance and more humility? Thank you for coming to my application, and let's continue forward. Thank you for LogansStory. Thank you for the Marvel Cinematic Worldview Commentary. There are more commentaries in the future, so keep an eye out for those. Also, the mission is 1,000 subscribers. You guys are going to get that by hitting the share, like, and subscribe button right on the screen. Also, by hitting that bell. Leave a comment if you can, too. Thank you again, and peace.